Ouch!
Yo, what is up guys? Gamerverse back again once again here doing another video for you guys today. So today we are kind of just like reviewing a game called, or I wouldn't call it a review, but just kind of like going over the game a little bit and giving my opinion. The game is called Rec Room. If you guys haven't heard about this is a VR social open source game where you can actually also create your own rooms, as they call it. So it's rooms that you can create, and the game is actually available in VR. You can play it in VR, or you can actually play it with your keyboard. So if you guys haven't heard about it, like I said, it's a social type of game. You can play games in between it, or you can just actually just socialize in the game, or like I said, you can create your own rooms, and then you can actually get donated, so people can actually make money from it. It's kind of like Roblox, but more VR everything. It's like its own franchise type of thing, and it's called Rec Room. So I played the game before, just to let you guys know. I played the game before. Last time I played the game was probably in 2024, I believe. And I just decided to download the game again and see what felt better, what felt worse, if there was any changes, in the community and everything like that. So yeah, it's been a while since I played it, and what I saw was rather disappointing, and I'll just be honest in the video. But the menu, the UI, still very much the same. But has Rec Room, grown, or has it gotten messier? There's a little bit more content in the game, versus some clutter in it, and there are some welcoming additions to the game, but there's a lot of issues for returning players, and in terms of the community, there's a lot of toxicity versus the creative side of it. There's a lot of voice chat chaos going on. There's a lot of games that I actually enjoyed. Like what I do enjoy about Rec Room is you can just hop on, talk to someone, and play with the person. But then with that also comes the toxicity of kids playing the game. There's a lot of adults playing the game. I'm an adult. I'm in my 20s, and it's for everyone. It's for everyone. But then obviously there will always be the people that trolls, and trolling is fine to a certain extent, but toxicity is bad in the game. There's a lot of kids that will just go hard on you. I'm actually gonna see if I can put it if I can put it in the video here for you guys. But there's besides the toxicity and the kids that keep screaming in your ears and
Nigger, 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 fuck!
Wait, what?
just picking on you for no reason. There's a lot of improvements in the game. The game is still a social platform. I guess it's still competing with Fortnite Creative and VR Chat. But in terms of Rec Room being for people, I think it's more for people who can stand that. And if you have friends, and just maybe mute other people that you don't want around in the room or whatever like that. But that's the thing with Rec Room. It's more of like a public thing. It's not, you don't pay to get to rooms. You don't pay to get the game. The game is free in itself. The game is about 6 gigs in total. You can download it from Steam. I do think it's on PlayStation 5. I'm not particularly sure. I do think it's on Xbox as well. The VR versus the non-VR experience. I do not have VR, so I always just played it with keyboard. It still feels good even not in VR. The performance and accessibility differences isn't that bad. The user-generated content also is sometimes gold or sometimes garbage. There are some amazing creations being built in the game. It's sometimes very hard to find quality rooms in the game with good people in it that's not being toxic, and there's a lot of creators that's carrying the game, I guess, and the monetization is still active in it since I played it last year. For the same reason, I uninstalled it for the same reason. I guess there's a lot of toxicity, but I felt very, very intrigued by the updates that they were posting, and I decided to install it again. The cosmetics, there are new cosmetics, a lot of passes, and obviously the pay to express yourself kind of thing. You know, you can spend money in the game and get clothing, stuff like that. Very much encouraged, because that's how the game makes their money. The technical state in 2026, I think it's much better. There's less bugs, less server crashes, and performance on PC is overall way better than it was in 2024, and it's more stable. Like I said, why the game feels a little bit worse in my opinion, but not entirely. It used to be not that bad in terms of the toxicity, but I think over the years a lot of that has changed in terms of people being on the game, and the game changed, and I feel like a lot of returning players struggles, and the moment that you realize that it's a little bit too late in terms of like the game being on platforms, and you can't actually implement, or they could have implemented a segment in the game where most adults will be with adults, but there are even adults in the game that are pretending to be kids, and they're pretending, and then they just end up being toxic with everybody. So a room that really was really intriguing to play was this dungeon room, I guess, where you actually fight these orcs and things like that. There are a lot of rooms that are really good. You just gotta look for it. And there's a lot of things that Rec Room is still doing right, like the social freedom, the creativity tools, and the casual fun with friends. So if you have friends, you can hop into private lobbies with them, and that's really cool. So in my opinion, if you're a new player, go ahead and try it, but try it with caution. If you've never played it, just expect a lot of chaos in terms of voice chat. Older gamers versus the younger audience. The younger audience is there, so there's also a lot of solo players like myself. And in terms of the final verdict, I feel like I might. I don't know. I don't know if I should install the game again. Maybe I should. Let me know what you guys think. If I should install it again. And in terms of recommending the game, I recommend it to people who are open to jumping in deep waters, I guess, because playing Rec Room as a first timer can be quite scary in terms of the social aspect. And you'll probably have your mic off. I don't know. You at least you do get the option now to have your mic off. I don't think in 2024 we had the option to actually turn off mics or lower the chat volume even. So yeah, use caution. And yeah, guys, that is my kind of like overview for Rec Room in 2026. Let me know what you guys think about Rec Room. Have you played it in 2026? And what do you think about the toxicity and all of the controversy? Let me know though. I'll be also posting an update video if I do end up installing the game again. So yeah, go ahead and like this video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought below. And of course, as you know, I have been Gamerverse, and I will see you guys in another video.